Moin, moin, liebe Leute, willkommen zurück zu Tales of Arise. Wir sind in der letzten Folge ein bisschen inländiges rumgelatscht.
Varia. Varia? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
Shh. But why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still... kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Dohalim. I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
Wow, okay. Gerade so ein Einstieg. Die Frau war voll süß, Mann. Aber ich bin gerade ein bisschen überfahren worden. Gab's da noch irgendwas? Nee, ne? Aber die rote Frau! Alter, ich hab mich voll erschrocken. Daher kommen Kinder, meine Lieben. Nirgendwo anders. Die spawnen einfach mitten im Nirgends, sind die einfach da. Zack, sitzt du abends auf der Couch, hast dann Balk neben dir sitzen. Hallo Mama! Oh, scheiße. Was soll das denn? Ach, da oben. Okay. Aber die rote Frau, ja, ich habe nur ein bisschen in die Hose gemacht und ich dachte, wow, was? Ich habe Angst, in welche Richtung das hier alles geht. Oh Mann. Hallo. Oh nein, ich habe ein schlechtes Gewissen, dass ich fliehe, während da draußen Kinder kämpfen. Um die musst du dich nicht sorgen, die kommen besser ohne dich klar. Sie kommen aus einer höherrangigen Familie als unsere. Deshalb sind sie Astralarts stärker als unsere. Hab ich doch gesagt. Sie erfüllen lediglich ihre gesellschaftlichen Pflichten als Mitglieder der herrschenden Elite. Ich weiß, aber es fühlt sich trotzdem nicht richtig an. Oh, Junge. Ich kann es nochmal erwähnen, aber ich finde Lenneges echt nicht Ja. Ich meine, ja, wir sind im Wohnviertel, aber trotzdem sieht ja alles so schäbig aus, ey. Ich dachte voll so schön Natur und so und keine Ahnung und dann hast du sowas. Das ist verrückt. Wie lange geht das noch so weiter? Ich weiß nicht, normalerweise hätten wir längst Befehle von oben, die allen Klassen mitteilen, was sie tun sollen. Ich bezweifle, dass sie dazu kommen. In der Stadt scheint die ganze Befehlskette zusammengebrochen zu sein. Niemand weiß, was geschieht. Das bedeutet freilich nicht, dass irgendjemand jeden unsere Schritte beobachtet. Wir sollten erstmal schauen, ob hier irgendwo jemand Höherrangiges rumläuft. Vielleicht hat der eine Ahnung, was wir tun sollen. Also, ich erwähne es nochmal, für ein PS5-Spiel finde ich das echt schon ein bisschen... Nee. Gut. Tofu. Ich kann es für 50 Galt Tofu am Händler kaufen, Mann. Das Futtergehege ist im schlechten Zustand. Wer weiß, wie viele Menschen gestorben sind. Weil das Futtergehege kaputt gegangen ist. Was mit dem Zeugel passiert? Was ist mit dem Zeugel passiert? Sagt man nicht, sie sind ausgebrochen? Nein, wir konnten sie zum Glück zurückdrängen, bevor sie weiterkamen. Nicht, dass es was bringen würde, wenn sie auch in die anderen Viertel entkämen. Aber wenn ich raten müsste, würde ich sagen, dass in Lenegis jede Menge Zeugel frei herumlaufen. Und es gibt deutlich mehr von ihnen als von uns. Was sollen wir tun? Alle unsere Soldaten sind unten in Dana stationiert. Hey, da ist unser Winkemann wieder! Hey, 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 hey. Ich liebe ihn. Also bis jetzt sind wir noch auf keinen Zeugel getroffen, also... Bisschen Lucky machen.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renin sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnigan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait. Don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less. She would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty. Instead, I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right. Alphen.
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
Die standen gerade alle hier, haben sich hier die Gegend angeguckt und dann standen die Arschaffen auf einmal hinter den dreien, so urplötzlich. Haben die ganze Zeit zugehört, standen die da und... Das ist schon frech, das ist unhöflich, das macht man nicht. Dennoch hier schicke Gegend. Aber wieso der Platz, zufällig an dieser Platz natürlich nichts abbekommen, ne? Man kennt's. Aber das waren die Freunde von Dohalim. Mir ging das Licht während der Cutscene. Da dachte ich, oh scheiße, das ist die. Wenn die Dinge... Achso. Wenn die Dinge nicht bald sich beruhigen, sollten wir nicht ein Raumschiff aufsuchen, damit wir von hier entkommen? Können wir nicht. Um ein Raumschiff für andere Zwecke als den Kampf um die Krone zu betreten, benötigen wir Erlaubnis des Herrschers. Ja, und wo ist der Herrscher? Warum ist er nicht hier, um uns dieser Notzeit zu führen? In dieser Notzeit. Tja.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Das sind Schlafkapseln? Meine Güte, ich hätte nie erwartet, von Lord Dohalim und seinen Gefährten beehrt zu werden. Oh, wenn ich etwas für euch tun kann, sagt es nur. Egal, was ihr wollt, ich tue es. Es ist mir eine Ehre, euch allen zu dienen, mein Lord, wahrhaftig. Oh Gott, was für eine Ehre. Täusch mich meine Augen, wurde mein Geschäft von Lord Dohalim und seinen Dienern gesegnet. Ich kann irgendwie behilflich sein. Ne. Aber wir können auch mal zum Bauernhof. Ganz einfach hinfahren. So, hallo. Keine Ahnung, was ich immer. So, ich habe mal all meine Dinger verkauft, Alter. Diese ganzen Medaillen und sowas, aber ich habe das auch noch in der nächsten Sekunde auch schon alles wieder auf den Pott gehauen und so. Ach komm, egal. Jo, für Glück, mein Lord! Wir, die Bürger, sind zuversichtlich, dass ihr euch mit eurer Macht stehenden unternehmt. Alles in eurer Macht stehende unternehmt, um die Krise zu beenden. See ya, wow, für Glück, wow, 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 go to Ali, wow! Die Fresse. Ey, oh nö!
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Wieso?
Well,
Wieso greifen die uns an? Was haben die denn? Warum? Die sind doch...
Dohalim of Elda Menencia. I command you.
Threats to the city must be erased.
No. Have they been
Oh no! Oh, so okay.
Brainwashed enough. If they want to fight, they got one.
Ja gut. Mit der Gehirnwäsche haben wir natürlich auch die Berechtigung, einen zu töten. Das ist schon in Ordnung. Da. Bam! Diese Dicken hier unten. Komm doch mal runter, Lore. Meine Fresse. Nein, der Boost! Oh Gott, noch gekriegt. Alter. Lore, Hilfe? Andere, falsche Richtung, Junge. Oh, oh Gott, ich hab schon... Ich hab gestern erst gespielt. Wieso kacke ich denn jetzt so ab? Okay, wir sind auch gefühlt 3 Stunden einfach hier Maulaffen gewesen und dann durch die Gegend gequatscht.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zoogles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Harros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Die Frau, die jetzt gerade auch von sie erwähnte. Diese... Ach, die Freundin, die damalige Freundin von Dohalim, die stand da ja und war ja voller Hass und dann tauchte die rote Frau auf. Nicht, dass es da auf irgendwas hinausläuft, dass wir die Leute hier umbringen, weil sie besessen... Oh, was ist da hier? Weil sie besessen sind. Trista. Wir haben einfach nichts gesehen. Was war das denn? War das eine Gottesanbeterin? Oh. Oh, ihr seid so schön grün. Ich wollte angreifen. Ich habe gerade ein anderes Spiel gespielt, wo man vor dem Kampf einfach diesen Schlag machen kann und dann angreifen kann. Aber gut. Alpha Kraftwolf. Was zum Fick? Ist das Lore? Ja. Reims.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Dunkle Mähne brauchen wir für eine Waffe. Hallo! Aber die sagen ja auch nichts. Ich hab nichts gegen die. Oh, Freunde. Gottes Pilgerin heißt sie. Oh. Ja gut. Yeah.
Scarlet Inferno!
Alpha, wir lieben dich!
Now you see what I can do.
Blow them away!
Ja, mal, dieses blöde Kackvieh!
Am I improving?
Tremendously. The speed and precision of your aim is simply unmatched.
I had no idea you were watching me so closely.
Oh, noch mehr.
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Ki.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Ja. Och Mann, irgendwie. Einfach ein Tunnel mit Gegnern. Rezept für Erdbeerkuchen. Ein Biskuitkuchen mit Sahne und Erdbeeren. Wer es wagt, die Erdbeeren oben darauf zu spritzen, muss mit einer drakonischen Strafe rechnen. Ich hoffe aber ohne Gelee. Das ist eklig. Oh, so ein Berserker. Wie heißt der? Kraftschläger. Oh. Ja gut. Yay!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
Voll weggeblaut, Alter!
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone making them stand guard over the Forbidden Zone?
Ich muss ehrlich... Oh, nee, ne? Ich will nicht. Ich habe keine... HP mehr. Darf ich einmal? Bitte? Nein!
In an instant!
Das war gerade haarscharf, weil ich gesehen habe, die haben das blöde Orangengelee nicht gesungen. Ja, ja. Ja, 11. Ich hab's genommen, aber...
Consider well if this is the right path.
Dann haben sie es doch nicht genommen. Ich will gerne raus hier. Verdammte Kacke. Aber wir müssen... Nee. Dass man immer nirgendwo mal netten kann, Alter. Was ist denn hier? Hallo! Voll die Gemeinde. Da liegt irgendwas. Da muss doch irgendwas... Das ist, glaube ich, Kraut. Ach, komm.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Puh!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Die Viecher, die fressen ganz schön, Alter. Beziehungsweise mittlerweile unsere Arts, die fressen HP. So, dankeschön. Oh, nein. Danke. Ich bin zu geizig, dann nochmal was zu nehmen. Ich will immer, weil das so fucking teuer ist, will ich immer im Notfall noch was haben. Was war hier? Ach, von da kamen wir. Kann ich mich irgendwie hier vorbei... Fuck.
There's always room for improvement.
Oh, Mann. Nee, wir können einfach vorbei. Nee, können wir nicht. Verdammt. Egal. Kiste. Galt, okay. Idioten. Was zum... Ich sag ja, wir sind hier bei Turok, Alter. Dup, 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 dup.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegus. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Ja, die verbotene Zone erkunden wir dann im nächsten Part, Freunde. Tschüss.